Hello, here we are back at the Premier Seal Coating headquarters. We are putting some strobe lights on Mark's plow truck. So these were the strobe lights that we were running before. You know, that's the profile of them. I picked them up off of Amazon. They're like $5 a piece. 15 flash pattern, the whole 9 yards. When I went to pick this bed up at the Dijarna, they had flush mounted LED strobe lights, dual color and single color, and they were flush. So come on, they were flush. They wanted $35 a piece for them. I couldn't believe it. I went home, I looked on Amazon, I found the same ones for $35, I think, and you got 4 of them. So, yeah. So what we're doing is we're gonna put some into this bed. We plow for the town of Oxford. It's a municipality. We have a lot of dead ends, so we're constantly backing out into the main roads, and they only require you to have one roof beacon. So we're just throwing these on there just, you know, for precaution, and obviously because it's going to make the truck look sick when it's done. So that's how we roll. Give you guys an idea of what these flash patterns look like. Okay, so it's probably not going to come through well on the camera. This is oscillating back and forth slowly. You got the wires that come with it. You got a power ground, and this yellow wire is what you. This yellow wire is the wire that controls the flash patterns. Now I've seen it say when you hook these up in parallel, if you hook the yellows together, then they will always flash in unison, meaning they won't go out of whack if one's a half a millisecond faster than the other one is. I have found that to be complete and total bullshit. I get them on the flash pattern that I want, and then I just leave it, and for the most part, it's fine. So, you got this yellow wire here. And to get it on the flash patterns that you want, you gotta touch it to the positive again. Sorry, I know my camera's a little messed up at the moment. But you just push it on the... That's both of them going in unison. This is them flashing back and forth. Both of them just on. Now this is one of each, top and bottom on each side, and then after 3 cycles it goes around in a circle. Back and forth, top, bottom, both together. So you can see there's a lot of different flash patterns on this. I don't know what I like. You know, and that's what sucks, is that you want to put... that's a cool one. You know, you want to put a third switch so that you can change them in the truck. And, you know, that's something I want to do later. I am going to run the yellow wire just so that later I can tap into it easier. But for different occasions, you know, you want different flash patterns depending on what you're doing. If you're parked on the side of the road... You know, in an emergency situation, if you're just parked in a parking lot in the back corner, chilling, doing an estimate, and you don't want people to think you're some creep, you know, something like this comes in good. So, you know, I mean, it is what it is. I'm going to show you guys what I did to prep the truck. So, I'll come over here. First thing I did was I took this, I believe it's a 7/32 drill bit, drilled a pre-hole, and then up to a 1/2 inch bit. That would make my hole. Okay, now with these, they give you these insulators, more probably to, you know, not scratch the body or the paint of the truck if that's what you're putting it on. You take that. Now we got a tight fit back up there because of the belly box. It's going to make putting the wires in tough, but they give you enough where you can run it down a little bit, or even up along the back if you have to. Bang, and that's how it sits. So what we're going to do is, you know, in my years of using lights like this, they give you some really kind of cheesy bolts. Now I could upgrade to a stainless bolt. I don't want. I mean, look at this truck. It's 3 years old, 4 years old. This is 4-season plowing, and the thing is immaculate. Okay, so we're not running anything cheap. So I'm not going to go putting bolts and self-tapping screws in here that are going to rust off or look like garbage in a year or so. So what were my options? I could use rivets. I was going to rivet it, you know, which has a nice appearance, and it's aluminum, so you don't have to worry about it corroding. Well, corroding you do, but you don't have to worry about it rusting. And then I could upgrade to stainless steel nuts and bolts, but that's going to cost a shitload. Now, these are the ones that they give you. They don't look stainless to me. I could be wrong. I mean, but, all right, so I'm going to put this down. I'm going to finish running these lights, just like we did on that one. I have one more to do on the other side. Then we're going to change out the front ones that I just showed you. And then we'll get under the truck and start wiring them up. All right, here we are, we're back. So I got a little preoccupied, forgot to make a video of mounting these, but as you can see, we use the bolts that came with it. I just drilled out a hole, and I will show you what the bolts consisted of here. Basically, that's what it was. Put a little Loctite on the end just so that they didn't back off. But so I mean, they're all done, the whole thing. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to rivet, because I love rivets. I'm going to rivet these ones into place. So you can see that's not blood, that's electrical tape. But you can see that you got a little hole. It fits right on the back of that, so they fit in nice and flush. Bang, you got your thing right like that. tighten it up. Give us a good pull on it. It wasn't tight enough. But it's probably too much tension on those, but I mean, I can see it kind of bowing. Just go a little lights out. Pimping.